I'm Cadet Cheyenne Sweet, and this is why I joined ROTC. My interest in wanting to be in the military all started because of this man, who's also my dad. He served in the Air Force for 24 years, and growing up as a military child, it was always an interest of mine of wanting to be in the military because I wanted to be just like my dad. But at the time, I didn't know whether or not I wanted to go the enlisted route or the officer route. It wasn't until high school where I really had to make a decision for what I wanted for my future. During my high school years, I was a part of the Army ROTC program. Many of us ROTC cadets tend to make jokes about people who did ROTC. But in reality for me, being a part of ROTC in high school was what helped develop many of my characteristics in who I am today. And that was also with the help of having great instructors and leaders. But it was one of my ROTC instructor who influenced me the most, and that was Sergeant First Class Sydney. And he was someone that influenced and helped mold me into the person that I am. He took the time to teach us valuable lessons and even hear us out, but he was also that person that you can come to when you're having a hard time, or you needed that person to give you that extra push or give you that honest opinion. It was more the fact that he took the time to actually get to know each and every one of us, which showed us that he truly cared, and that's what influenced me the most. During my junior year, I made the decision to start the process of enlisting. And the reason why I made that decision was because I wanted the easy way out and avoid something I hated the most, which was school. Going through the enlistment process and at the end it not working out for me, I would always remember that Sergeant Sydney would always mention ROTC and the opportunities it can give us, and with my desire of still wanting to pursue the military, I decided to give ROTC a shot. I chose Eastern Washington University because of the size of the campus. I wanted a campus that was smaller and had a smaller class size that gives you the ability to have an opportunity with your professor. I joined EWU ROTC, and from day one, I can definitely say that it was the best decision I could have made. Doing ROTC helps you grow in many different ways, whether it's leadership or even habits. You get to be taught by amazing instructors who are also amazing leaders, but you also get the opportunity to be surrounded by awesome cadets who turn out to be the best group of friends. In ROTC, you get to have many opportunities and experiences that many average college students don't get to have, and that's pretty awesome. Here are some experiences I had in ROTC. The first experience I had with EWU ROTC was participating in color guard. I did color guard when I was in junior ROTC in high school, so I was familiar with many of the movements and techniques. Being a part of color guard is a way to learn drill and ceremony, as well as representing EWU ROTC, representing the colors at EW event or even community events. A fun experience you get to have when you're a part of EWU ROTC is Cannon Crew. Cannon Crew shows support at EW home football games at Roos Field by firing a ceremonial M1A1 howitzer after every touchdown. I remember the first time as an MS1 when I got to fire the cannon and remember how cool I felt. Cannon Crew is also a time where cadets can spend time watching the football game with one another and even get to know each other better. An experience I got the opportunity to have was Ranger Challenge. Being a part of Ranger Challenge, I remember the early morning practices and extra physical training and other technical training we had to do in order to prepare ourselves for competition. Being a part of Ranger Challenge, cadets are challenged mentally and physically through competition. Ranger Challenge enhances leadership through events while having to develop team cohesion. Within the Ranger Challenge competition, the team had to demonstrate technical and tactical proficiency in certain events. Being a part of ROTC, you get to experience something called FTX, also known as Field Training Exercise. FTXs are where cadets get to use the skills that they learn during labs, for example, land navigation and troop leading procedures. At times, cadets spend 1 to 2 nights in the field receiving the training and executing events and conditions that they may encounter when they go to CST and in future training. An experience I had during my MS2 year was getting the opportunity to compete for the German Armed Forces Proficiency Badge. The GAFB is a German military award that can be granted to Germany's allies. There are 3 levels to the award, including gold, silver, and bronze. After participating in numerous tests that was administered by a German physical training instructor, I was awarded the gold GAFB. A summer experience I got the opportunity to have was at the end of my MS1 year, where I got to go to Fort Knox, Kentucky and play the enemy for advanced camp cadets when they go to their different field training exercises. Being able to be up for it gave me a glimpse to what was in store for me when I got to go to advanced camp. A big important experience that many cadets will have, especially when they become MS3s, is that they will get the opportunity to head down to Fort Knox, Kentucky for summer training, also known as advanced camp. Advanced camp is important to pass and complete, as it is a requirement for commissioning. Advanced camp is where we get to continue our training, but as well as getting evaluated in field and in garrison. Advanced camp is filled with different types of training events, ranging from tactics, road marches, land navigation, and sea burn. I can definitely say my experience at advanced camp was mentally and physically challenging, but one filled with good memories and training. A fun opportunity that I received through ROTC was a summer internship in Largo, Florida with the National Forensic Technology Center. I spent 2 weeks in Largo, Florida, where I was taught how to examine fingerprints, tire tracks, and footwear impressions, as well as explosive detection, chemical analysis, media exploitation, IED investigation, and deployable forensic laboratories and capabilities. During our time with them, we also had the opportunity to have a range day with the local sheriff department, which ended the internship on a good note. I believe being a part of ROTC, I was fortunate enough to be given the experiences that I had, whether it's summer training at Fort Knox or cannon crew at Eastern Washington University. But I could definitely say that all the experiences and training that I had has kept me on path to prepare to one day commissioning into the United States Army as a second lieutenant.